So, rear bar time. As you can see, there's absolutely no bar of any form, not even a bumper back here on this car. That's because obviously I'm planning to put a rear bar on here. I don't know how I've gone this long without a rear bar. I did have a swing away, the one that just bolts into the plastic bumper, but it sucks. And it was secondhand, and after a couple of years of use, it just started opening up randomly and swinging open. And recently I just bought an 80 series for the chassis, for a 40 series build over there. Like a lot of things, I took a lot of things for this car as well. And one thing it had on it was an old homemade rear bar on the back. And I've got the old swing away that's made for the plastic bumpers. So I'm gonna get out there, get on the chassis. I'm gonna try and chop it up to make it a bit higher, as the angle's a bit higher, because it's got a lot of bits that are unnecessarily low. Sort of trying to make it like the cruiser one, and maybe I'll add those little loops on the side. And then I'm going to try and use this old swing away that's made for the bumper, just use the actual swing part with the bearing and that, and just try and weld that on. This one's already made up with tube and it's all already nice. But yeah, I'm just gonna go out now and just bring it in here, bolt it up to this thing. Alright, so just about to put it on. There's, for some reason, this car has some extra mounts for the factory rear plastic bumper, which weren't on that other one. Maybe they were, but they'd also just chopped them off. So I'm going to chop them off this side, bit of primer on there, and then I'll be able to fit this one up. Alright, so got it on. There it is. Now just trying to get it to fit. I want this part here to be as high up as possible. Don't want it to be low at all. So I'll be chopping a lot extra off the bottom here. But also, as you can see, I can actually move it up. Obviously, it's not mounted into anything right now. So I just got to do some trimming from this, hitting on this flare here, which is fine. I'll just chop a whole lot off that. And just hopefully I can get this to be right up here, the top here, just as high up as possible. All right, so this is the kind of vibe that I'm going for. I just found this one on Marketplace. It's pretty similar to the Cruiser Company one as well, which is pretty much the best bar you can buy. Because as you see, it's just one long bar down the bottom here, one long bar. So what I'm gonna do is take a bit off the corners here and the outsides, just to make it a lot higher, seem a lot higher off the ground. I'm gonna also cut it across here so I can bend it in a bit. So I'm gonna do it there, and so I can bend it in that way, because I think it's a bit far out here at the moment. Alright, so this is what we've cut off so far. Obviously you can see we've chopped this bent that in there. So that's got that nice angle there that are really good, and chopped it down the bottom here so that it comes up nicely, so we get better angle there. So what's that left us is here we can bend this in and weld that up there. But as you can see, this was the original angle here, but obviously we've chopped quite a bit off here. It used to come right out down to here. When we add our wing in here, it's obviously got the old angle there, so I'll have to cut that, bend it down as well so it joins in, and then that'll be this part here done. I'll have to do this bit that goes under here. So still quite a bit left to do. We haven't even mounted it up at the side there. So this part up here is all, I guess, in place for the moment, and now we've got this big open area under here. So I just used the old piece and I've flattened it out. So I'm going to put that sort of there, somewhere in there, like that, and cut these bits up so they fit properly, and we'll do that now. So I've done a bit of cutting and grinding here, and welding, a lot of welding as well. Welded up that bottom plate, welded up the side plate. And it's looking pretty good so far, but I'm gonna leave this side for the moment because I'm gonna take the bar off and do the final welds and grinds, and I'm gonna move over to that side, which needs the swing away on it. So now I'm chucking the swing away on. Originally I was going to try and use part of the rear swing away, but I went with the stub axle. It cost about $80. I just got it off eBay. I'll put the thing here so you can see exactly what it is, but it's got the little swivel part, 2 bearings inside, and the actual stub bit, and you grease it and it's all good. I'm gonna weld this one in. So I've got to cut the hole, just a little square out, put it in. I'll grind the faces down, put a bit of weld through primer on there, and then I'll weld it on, and I'll just try and make it as level as possible. I'm not super worried. I'll just try and get it so it's straight up and down. So now I've got the actual stub part in. I've got the top swivel part, and I've just got to put that onto the old original swing away. Cutting off obviously where the original one mounted, and just welding this one onto the 2 bars. It's 2 bits of tube that come out and then up. I'm just gonna put that on, and then I'll test fit it and see how it goes. So I just put it onto the car, and it looks like when it swings in, the bottom of that bottom bit of tube hits up against the bar. So I'm just gonna cut the bottom bit off, weld a bit of plate in there, and put the strength back in, which is good because the bottom of that was rusted out anyway. So I'll put that in, and then hopefully it can swing shut. Okay, so that's it test fitted. Now there's another issue, is that when it's fully closed, as in it's hitting up against this tailgate here, the wheel is heavily angled out. So the way I'm gonna get around that is chop it here and sort of bend it in so that the wheel is facing a bit more backwards. So I've got the bar up here on the table. I'm gonna do some grinding, grind all the welds down, grind everything I can. I've got to do a couple cuts just of the wings to make sure they fit in properly. And one of the holes needs to be widened a bit, and that's it. Then it's gonna go out for paint. All right, so the bar is on, painted and on, so it won't be rusting anymore. The paint's pretty good. It's a paint. It doesn't scratch off easily, which is quite nice. It's actually quite good quality paint. The finish is not good quality at all, but what are you gonna do? It's on here now. I've got some bolt up underneath. It's also bolted in with the rear toe point as well. So the swing away is on and it swings. But anyway, yeah, that was me fixing up the rear bar, making it look a bit better. Looks better, is more practical. And now I've got a proper swing away that's not gonna flip open randomly. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.